All my girls with me.
Out towards Chloe Rolly, wonderful step from the Scotland international, gliding away, running away, sprinting away, stunning score!
Lewis on the wraparound. This might work out for Thompson. They're going to put a little bit more on it, and then they're over.
Large on the ball, lovely flighted pass, Tatiana Hurd with a straight line, streaking towards the try line in the opening minute, she spills away, dives over the line, wonderful fly from Tatiana Hurd.
Megan Gunnar puts the afterburners on, Shannon Harris, 2-on-1 is Lydia Thompson. Oh no, you're not going to catch Lydia Thompson from there. Scott, oh, it's intercepted by Emily Scarratt. They won't catch Emily Scarratt from there. The long legs just eating up the ground. Oh, Chloe Rowley's making her way back, but she won't catch her. Emily Scarratt has been on fire.
Carson again, she's having an absolute stormer of a second half. The Canadian international still going, gets the offload out. Lottie Clark bursts away from the tackles, gives it off. Carson again, looks around the outside, Packer for the hat-trick. What a score from Saracens. What a comeback.
Someone ride with me. All my girls with me.
Turnover by Malloy, and McDonald sets off. Claudia McDonald, Mack is back, and in fine style. Oh, it's a fine strike. Marston controlling brilliantly. That Bristol pack going forward. It's a penalty try. Oh, now there's a gap. Burgess.
Hello and a very good afternoon from North London in round 9 for coverage of the final round of the Allianz Premier 15's fixtures for 2020. With Christmas less than a week away, this top 4 clash should be an absolute cracker. As second place Saracens Women, back from a 2-week break because of a COVID-19 outbreak, welcome 4th place Loughborough Lightning, who have won 6 of their 8 matches so far this season. With red roses and internationals sprinkled throughout these two sides, as well as a history of high-scoring matches, hopefully the most wonderful time of the year can send us into 2021 with a smile on the face. Thank you very much for your company this afternoon across England Rugby's Facebook and YouTube channels, as well as Premier15s.com and Premier 15's Twitter. But however you're with us, a very warm welcome to our Round 9 Allianz Premier 15's live stream. Yes, a very good afternoon from Copthall Stadium. Alongside me is part of the commentary team today, Hannah Bottoman, the Red Rose and Saracens prop. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very, very well. Let's talk about why you're not playing today. How's the injury coming along?
Yeah, fine. I had an operation probably like 5 weeks ago now on my ankle, and yeah, just recovering from that. So should be back in the new year sometime.
Look forward to seeing you back on the pitch. Let's focus on Saracens first. We were speaking a few moments ago about the unbeaten record. Nearly 2 years unbeaten in the Allianz Premier 15s. Back-to-back champions, of course. 32 games in a row that you've won. Just talk to me about where that comes from in the squad and just getting up each week and picking up those wins.
Yeah, I think as a whole club, the men and the women, I mean, we love to win, and that's something that really drives us on through training, and having internationals like Packer and Poppy in the club that really drive that for us is huge for us. And I think we just go out, and I think there's been quite a few games where we've come back from big deficits, and we understand that we can win games, and we go out there and we try to do that.
If we look at Saracens' start to the season, obviously missed the past couple of weeks because of the COVID-19 outbreak, but 6 bonus point wins from 6. There's been a couple of close games in there. What's kind of the mood in the squad of how you've started this campaign?
Yeah, I think we're happy with how we started it. We can always do better. Obviously, I haven't been able to play in any of these, so but I think the mood in camp's quite a positive one. We're obviously coming up against Loughborough. We haven't played Quins yet. We haven't played Wasps yet. So I think we have played Wasps. We have played Wasps. We've played Wasps.
You have played Wasps.
We have played Wasps.
You haven't played Loughborough and you haven't played Quins.
We haven't played Quins. So obviously 2 of the top 4 that we haven't played. So it'll be big getting out here and hopefully getting a win today. For the girls, it'll probably spur us on to hopefully go into the new year and play some more games.
Loughborough sort of seems to be the nearly club the past couple of seasons, just behind yourselves and Quins the past 2 campaigns that were fully completed. Obviously there's a huge range of stars in there. There's no Sarah Hunter today, but the likes of Emily Scarratt, Rona Lloyd, there's a couple of young Red Roses coming through in their pack as well. What do you make of them from a Saracens point of view when you come up against Loughborough? Yeah,
I think coming up against players like Emily Scarratt and your Rachel Malcolms and your Dalika Menins at the moment, who's playing outstandingly well, it's you can't focus on them. I don't think for us we like to focus on ourselves and what we can do, but it's hard not to. So I think as a team we'll play the brand of rugby that we want to play, but obviously have half an eye on the players that can make big impacts in this game.
Well, from Hannah, of course, throughout the afternoon, let's have a look at the fixtures for today in the Allianz Premier 15s. A couple of games kicking off early, 1:30 kickoffs. These 2, DMP Durham Sharks still looking for their first points of the season. They'll be hosting Bristol Bears Women, and also a game in London today as Wasps host Gloucester Hartbury, a top half of the table clash for that one. Interesting game, the two new franchises this season in the Allianz Premier 15s. Exeter Chiefs Women welcome Sale Sharks Women, and of course this is the other 2 o'clock kickoff as Sarries face Loughborough, and one game tomorrow, Sunday, as Worcester welcome Harlequins Women. Have a look at the table so far this season. Obviously a couple of COVID-19 outbreaks and 1 or 2 clubs having to postpone their fixtures, so there are 4 teams who have played 8 games in Wasps, Loughborough, Bristol and Worcester. Quins still topping the table, those 7 bonus point wins from 7. Sarries just behind them with their 6 bonus point wins from 6, and then Wasps and Loughborough leading that chasing pack. As I mentioned, DMP Durham Sharks still looking for their first points of the season, and some interesting battles in the bottom half of the table today. Now let's get a word from the 2 head coaches ahead of kickoff. The Loughborough Lightning head coach Rhys Edwards and the Saracens head coach Alex Osprey. They've both been speaking to Ashley Wilmot.
Now I bet it's nice to be back after your 2-week hiatus. How have preparations been going?
Yeah, obviously all the different clubs face different challenges, and with people isolating, etc. It is managing the group, so it's not a case of we've had a 2-week run out to prepare for this game. It's been a little bit fragmented in terms of that, and then this week with everyone back in, we can real focus on making sure that we're in the right place to bounce back and put performance in from the break that we've had from competitive rugby out.
Earlier in the week, Deborah Fleming tweeted her excitement to be back playing with her teammate Sarah McKenna. What can we expect from the winger today?
Oh, hopefully do a job. Ultimately it's do it and do it well. I mean, obviously a fantastic player, got lots of explosive power and pace, which if we can get that into the game attacking wise, that will give us some real kind of threatening areas that we can challenge Loughborough, but also defensively it will give us a way of stifling some of the things that they'll be looking to do. So hopefully the excitement and the tweet will come back with an even more excited tweet at the end of the game.
Yeah, I hope so. Loughborough Lightning put in a huge shift last week. They'll definitely be wanting to break your winning streak. How are you going to make sure that doesn't happen?
I think, to be honest, we don't really focus on our winning streak. We focus on the game in hand, and that's probably why we've been quite successful over the last few games and seasons. Is that we can't take anyone lightly. So we do what we do well. We'll value the ball. We'll play in the right areas, and we'll hopefully meet the physical challenge that's laid down to us, and ask some questions ourselves. So look, they're a dangerous team. They've got lots of threats, and it's how can we stop them kind of imparting themselves on the game, and how do we make sure that we dictate it rather than get dictated to. So no different to any other week, just a different team with a different skill set, so we've just got to rise to that challenge really.
Thank you, all the best today.
Thank you very much.
It was an arm wrestle from start to finish against Exeter last week. Huge defensive effort. Ready to go again today?
Yeah, absolutely. We last week was going to be a tough one, especially after our Wasps fixture, but we knew we had a bit of a job to do. But I'm pretty pleased with how we came through that contest. It was a tough battle up front, and obviously we managed to stay on and in control to finish the job. But there's no bigger challenge coming to this Saracens game as it is every year.
Yeah, and sitting in 4th in the table, 2 spots below Sarries. How important is it to get that win today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously from a championship point of view, it's important to get wins, but it's also important to build on performance. And these fixtures historically are always high scoring and very close. So we know we're capable of competing in these fixtures. The challenge is for us is to perform to make sure that we're in a position to win it.
2 changes to your pack this week. How will that little shake things up today?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's probably the toughest selection we've had to make. You know, we're in a situation where the squad's really competitive, and actually we can be really selective around the type of team we want to pick. So it's been a bit of a tough selection this week, but you know, the pack we've put out is hopefully going to be something that's going to give us the platform to play.
Thank you, all the best today.
Thank you.
Great to hear from the two head coaches there ahead of kickoff here in the sunshine in North London at Copthall Stadium. Expecting an in and out afternoon in terms of weather. We've had some sunshine, we've had some rain, some rainbows as well. So expecting more of that with the weather forecast throughout the afternoon. Let's get the team news from both sides, starting with the host and champions Saracens. The big news welcoming England fullback Sarah McKenna. She plays for the first time this season and plays competitively for the first time since March. She's one of 3 changes to the side that last played 2 weeks ago in the win at Bristol following that COVID-19 outbreak. The other 2 changes in the pack, 39-year-old lock and player coach Tamara Taylor comes in along with Donna Rose in at prop as Alex Osprey's sides look to continue their perfect start to the season and extend a 32-game winning run in the Allianz Premier 15s. May Campbell packs down at hooker for the first time since being named the Allianz Premier 15s Player of the Month for November. On to Loughborough, 3 wins in the last 4 games. It's a case of tweaking for Lightning. There's a couple of changes to the side. Young Red Roses to Tesha Harper and Morwella Tallings come in for the Lightning forwards. The England captain Sarah Hunter still not fit enough to make her return, with the likes of World Rugby Player of the Year Emily Scarratt, recent England debutant Helena Rowland and the league top try scorer last season in Rona Lloyd. Loughborough will believe they have enough firepower to secure a first ever win against Sarries. Hooker Lark Davies is looking to score for a 4th game in a row and add to her tally of 7 tries this season. That is the 2nd highest in the league. On to the replacements for today. Saracens utility back Chantel Meal will be looking to add to her 2 tries this campaign if she gets on the field, while Corinne Grant will make her first appearance of the campaign if she comes off the bench. Sonia Green is in her 19th year with the club and still going strong. Ella Vivas has been batting for the number 9 shirt at Loughborough with Megan Davey all season. She has to make to do with a place on the bench today. Canadians Sophie de Goede and Sarah Svabada have both impressed since joining the club in October, and they add to 4 Canadians in the Loughborough matchday squad. Still waiting the 2 teams here in the sunshine at Copthall Stadium. Notice just there on the camera shot there's Vicky Fleet with the England flanker and hooker just going through a few pre-match routines on her return to fitness. Alongside me for commentary, Hannah Bottoman. And Hannah, what's it like playing at this ground in the sunshine? It's a 4G pitch, so there's no kind of excuses for stepping off the foot wrong. There's no excuses, I guess, for handling error as well. It's in terms of a surface. I was speaking to you a few moments ago and you're saying you love playing here. Yeah, I think it's not for everyone, but from playing here for quite a few years now, it's I love playing on this 4G, and I think quite a few of the girls do. It might look sunny, but it is a little bit windy and it is a little bit cold, so we were saying before that it almost has its own climate here. So it is windy, it is cold, but it is sunny, so it's a nice day for some rugby. Let's have a look at some of the latest scores, some 1:30 kickoffs today in these few early games. DMP Durham Sharks still struggling throughout this season, still going for those first points, but 2 early tries converted by Bristol Bears there. And in a top half of the table clash, Twyford Avenue, Wasp Ladies 12-3 ahead against Gloucester Harbury Women. Will continue to bring those latest scores throughout the afternoon. Of course, the Exeter Chiefs game there, that's a 2 o'clock kickoff as they host Sale Sharks Women. As we were saying pre-match, the 2 new franchises as Loughborough Lightning being led out by Rachel Malcolm. We'll head to the far side of the field, of course, with all the COVID-19 protocols for both teams coming out separately. Try to move away from each other as much as possible. We'll go through some of the changes to the rules and regulations. 35-minute halves, of course, the water drinks break, less scrums, less contact, less chance for mauling, just to try and give us a chance to reduce any outbreaks throughout the game time. And Loughborough looking for a first ever win against Saracens. 2 fantastic games last season. Saracens coming out 39-31 winners in what was actually their first game of 2020. So they'll be starting 2020 and ending 2020 against Lightning. Loughborough forming a circle. Part of the pre-match routine, of course, rugby against racism. All clubs choosing their own way to show their solidarity. Some have worn t-shirts, some have taken the knee. There's been circles, a whole range of different ways. Now just waiting for the arrival of Saracens. Captain, of course, by Lottie Clapp. No sign of the Sarries captain yet. But you can see some shadowy figures emerging from the changing room. So we're a couple of minutes away from this 2 o'clock kickoff here in the Allianz Premier 15's round 9 live stream. Both teams, of course, in their home colours. Saracens are predominantly black with the red trim, and the purple and pink of Loughborough Lightning as they come to North London in very good form, feeling confident, just looking to take that next step, competing with the top 2 of Saracens and Harlequins, who have dominated this league for the past couple of seasons. Lottie Clapp leading her side out, all the players lining up on this near side on the 5 metre line. 2 rows going to be formed. By the referee's whistle, the 2 teams all just taking a moment to acknowledge the Rugby Against Racism. As I said, all the clubs have chosen a different way to mark it, and they chose different ways there. The circle and the 2 lines from Saracens, the circle from Lightning that way around. It'll be Helena Rowland to get us going. An intriguing battle we'll speak about, I'm sure, more during the game. Helena Rowland and Zoe Harrison, you think the 2 incumbents, particularly with the news of Katy Daley-Mclean's retirement this week, as Rowland gets us going deep and central. Difficult one to deal with down the centre of the pitch. Sarries with the first attempted kick to touch. We're off and running in North London. Rowland just a bit of a juggle and a dribble, and the low sun there causing 1 or 2 problems. First line out of the game. It will be a line out to Sarries as well. Of course, in between, just a reminder of the rules, anything in between the 2 22s, no mauling from either side. It will be straight off the top of the line out. We have to get going. First one of the afternoon for May Campbell, the 24-year-old hooker for Saracens. Into the middle it goes, straight off the top from de Goede. Harrison flat looking for Poppy Cleal. Good drive forward, and the first carry from the Sarries number 8. Just inside their own half, digging around for the ball is Hayward. Aitchison helping it on. Evans with the carry that time. Harrison looks up and tries to put boot to ball. A Loughborough hand was on it. Bounces around, Fleming picks it up. Comes up against Scarratt. Sarries with the advantage on this play. Hayward to Campbell, just loses sight of the ball as Taylor looks to pick up, and we'll go back to the free kick for the knock-on for Lightning. Of course, this is one of the number of other rule changes. Free kick to Sarries, first one of the afternoon. That was a bit of a frantic start, Hannah Bottoman, for both sides.
Yeah, I think Sarries would be happy with the first exit there. Obviously making some ground back off that 22. But yeah, a couple of little mistakes, and hopefully we can get back on top.
Harrison with the kick forward, which actually found some space. Difficult one for the back 3 of Lightning to deal with. Rowland looking to dance away there, just slightly high from Donna Rose on the Lightning fly half, and that would be a penalty, and she immediately steps up and will look down the touchline. Great strike from Rowland. Too far from our commentary position there, but successfully into touch from a Lightning point of view. And now Lark Davies lining up her first line out of the afternoon. 5 in it from a Lightning perspective. Malcolm goes up, good take, challenged in the air, but she's done well, the Scotland captain. Rowland, long looping pass to Scarratt, helps it on one more. Talling with the carry. Now deeper from Loughborough. Rowland was the attempted pass, but not quite clicking with ball in hand at the moment for Lightning. And that's a penalty for Saracens just inside the 22. Great pressure there from the defence.
10 on her feet.
Harrison jogging to the mark, and from a kicker of her quality, definitely in her range, but Saracens aiming for touch. Hannah Bottoman, and will back their pack here.
Yeah, I think you'll be seeing a strong drive here, and hopefully Sarries can obviously retain the ball in the air and get down and get a good solid drive going.
Let's get numbers early though. Let's sort that out. 6-man.
Referee just encouraging Saracens to come forward.
Let's go, guys! It's going to be a 6-man. Line's yours.
Checking the call. We're calling it a 6-man lineup, 6-player lineup.
Time's still off. She's still down.
More appropriate for the Allianz Premier 15s. Just a stoppage in play here is receiving some treatment. 6-player lineup it will be. Just what is we've got a stoppage in play. Hannah Bottoman. What has Tamara Taylor brought to the line-out? I think line-out gnaws is the description you often get for these locks who love line-outs. But what has she added to your line-out?
Yeah, just a lot of experience. Obviously, she's a huge player. Obviously, a ridiculous amount of caps for England. RPA Player of the Year, Player of the Year,
yeah, a few years ago.
A couple of years ago. So yeah, she's been a huge for us coming in, just sorting out. Probably just needed a bit of guidance in that area. So she's been perfect for us coming in and giving us that.
Poppy Cleal up and ready.
Time on.
Campbell steadying herself. Ball in two hands for this Saracens line out on the 5-metre line. So dangerous from here. The Sarries pack just off the top. Lightning delighted with that outcome.
Option. It's an option. Scrum or line? Scrum.
Not straight in the line out. There is the option. This is one of the few chances as well for a scrum to take place. Not too many with these amended rules and laws in the Allianz Premier 15s, but Lightning backing their pack from 5 metres out and look for a solid platform for either the carry or the exit from their point of view. Helena Rowland just lining up to the left of this scrum, not in a deep line position. Scarratt, of course, also a kicking option in the centre of the pitch.
Set.
As is Nelson. First scrum of the game there. It's an excellent drive from Sarries. It's right out the back. Difficult times here for Lightning to deal with. Rowland did really well to get a kick away. In fact, that's a wonderful, wonderful kick from Helena Rowland, taking her side to within a couple of metres of the halfway line, and under pressure you don't get much better than that.
No, it's a fantastic kick. She's under so much pressure there. You'd be happy with that if you were under none. So yeah, fantastic.
Set your line. Numbers please, Sarries.
Sarries with the line out then. That attacking platform from 5 metres away has now gone to 45 metres away. And it comes though. De Goede, again the target, the Canadian flanker. Clap centre of the pitch off a wing, trying to find a gap. Runs into the double tackle. Cleal, pick and go around the corner. Clever work from the England back row forward, and here's another one. Packer as well, up to the 10 metre line, places it down. Harrison calling for the ball, looking to get it through hands. Aitchison, McKenna, half a gap there. Scarratt brings her down. Carry forward by Kelsey Clifford this time. Trying to make a dent in that wall of purple. Harrison standing much flatter this time. The wonderful hands from Cleal. And now the offload. Sarries with the gather and the go, looking for options inside the 22, dead centre of the pitch, looking to recycle. Harrison, missed pass over to the far side. Klopp for the corner. Lottie Clapp for the corner. Diving over. And the try is given. Sarries at their best there. The break through the middle, the power. Spinning missed pass from Harrison, and Clapp with the finish.
That was an outstanding try. Outstanding try. I think both our back row actually picked and go quite a few times to the middle, keeping that tempo high, and I think Sarries will be really happy with that, going from edge to edge, and an outstanding pass from Zoe Harrison, big carries from Poppy Cleal, Marley Packer, Donna Rose, a full team try.
Saw the very best of Saracens there as Hannah mentioned. You can see the referee, Nick Wood, I'm sure you'll see in just a second as we look back at this finish from Clapp, did well to just keep her feet in there as well, just to make sure the linesman, sorry, the assistant referee, as they're called in rugby, just right on it, and it's a smart finish from one of the best finishes in the league. See the referee Nick Wood there just holding his hand up. This is difficult in the low sun for Harrison, trying to drive the ball, just gets caught in the wind there, you could see from our commentary position. So unsuccessful first kick from her, but Sarries with the lead and that first try. And just this miss pass here, Hannah, international quality that from Zoe, spotting the gap on the outside.
Yeah, it's a big 15-20 metre pass, that nice and flat, and a bit of fizz on it as well, but yeah, outstanding pass.
Clear with the take from the restart. Advantage Saracens in the early stages. Packer now busy looking for the ball. Such experience and quality in that Saracens back row. And now the boot of Harrison, who found space a couple of times already this afternoon in the opening stages. Rowland looking to find a gap in that Sarries defence. Malcolm with the carry. Lightning actually had numbers there. They're still looking for the ball. Davis in the loose. Advantage still on the play from a Saracens point of view.
Good turnover there. Late tackle.
Late tackle, the call from Nick Wood.
Poppy Clear will be gutted with that. She's always looking for a turnover there. She's been robbed of one.
Rowland with the strike from the penalty, and that is some kick. Well, we spoke about the battle between Harrison and Rowland at 10 this afternoon. Announcement yesterday of Katy Daley-Mclean from International Rugby, these two pretenders for that England 10 shirt, and both today have started really, really well. Wonderful kick from Helena Rowland. Lightning now with a chance to catch and drive, which they do. Talling with the take from Lightning, driving towards the try line. Massive momentum there from the purple shirt. Saracens responding, round the corner they go again. Referee struggling to get around, but just short from Lightning. Looking to try and keep it tight at the moment. The visitors, they go short and they have themselves the score. Lightning respond immediately. Game on here at the Copthall Stadium. That was made by the forwards. A wonderful catch and drive initially. Round the corner they go, round the corner again, and they've levelled the game up.
I think Sarries did well to stop the initial drive, and then obviously they've spat out and gone through and scored the try. So it's a great line out, great drive, and a fantastic kick to the corner from Helena.
And that was all made by starting point anyway. Rowland's kick. Try and get you the try score in a second. Nick Wood there just checking who got it. It was that final push and drive, the low body positions.
Lark Davies.
Lark Davies again. It looks as the England hooker, such a good run of form. So fourth game in a row, Lark Davies on the score sheet as Scarratt looks to add the extras, which he does. Strokes the ball through the England centre, and Loughborough have themselves a narrow lead here. So we have a look at Lark Davies again, and as a player who plays alongside her, Hannah, she's just so dangerous, the power from this close range.
Yeah, she's got such a low centre of gravity. She's incredibly hard to stop when she gets into that position.
7-5 then, here in this top four clash in the Allianz Premier 15s. Really good starts in this opening 10 minutes from both teams. Nelson looking flat in the middle.
Easy, just relax. Just a knock on.
Free kick dead centre of the pitch though from Saracens. I'll be pleased with that. The chase initially and then putting the pressure on. As Lightning look to try and get it out to their back line.
When you're ready. Let's go.
Louise Hayward for a second just checking the call. These free kicks now just so important for both sides as McKenna to try and get away from Davis. The step off the left foot was superb, but just couldn't quite get away. Carry from Clifford now. There's a lot of celebrating from a Lightning point of view from that defensive effort.
Just outside.
That's because they have themselves a free kick and a chance to relieve some pressure.
Outside.
Well, and again, we've seen it so far. Some wonderful kicks, and that one dissecting the Saracens' backline. Clapp has some options here. What's she looking to do? Thought about the pass, thought about the kick, takes it into contact just outside of 22.
No 4, thank you. Stay there. Good timing.
Harrison fizz that one into Taylor. I'm not sure Tamara Taylor was expecting that one.
Second back.
Deeper now, Harrison in the pocket. High kick, one for Abby Brown to deal with. Just missed time to jump there. Fleming, former Sevens teammate, looking to hack it forward, just unable to gather the ball. Roland there, another England Sevens player. Play allowed to continue. What can Brown do in attack here? Excellent offload out of the tackle. Harper with her hands on the ball. Immediately the turnover coming in though. Sophie de Goede all over the ball. And the Saracens back row. She'll be pleased with that one, Hannah Bottom.
Yeah, it's what you want from your back row, isn't it? Getting into those tight areas and stealing the ball for you. So I think, yeah, fantastic for us.
Harrison now the nudge down the touchline. And then has got Saris to half a metre outside the 22. So no,
just outside, ladies, just outside 22.
More option here for the hosts. Campbell again, just checking the call. Tamara Taylor leading it. 5 players in this line out for Saris. Taylor, de Goede, and also Georgia Evans, who takes it at the front, gives it off now. Harrison under pressure, just missed the ball. Cleal gathers, straightens up, runs forward, loses part of her shorts there.
You've got 2 players alongside, leave it one. Leave the ball there, stay.
Hayward to Clifford. Harrison again, the defensive line's flying up from both teams so far. Been a real high quality start in the opening 15 minutes. Harrison in the low sunshine, half a break from Harrison. That's fantastic from Harrison. Zoe Harrison for the try line, steps again. Exquisite from Zoe Harrison. A try of the highest quality. We've seen her with the ball in hand, assist the first. Now with the ball in hand, a dancing run from the England number 10, and Saris have their second try of the game.
I don't think we've seen a massive amount of that from Zoe previously in games, and I think it's a part of her game that people undersell of her. I think she's got outstanding feet. She's a lot quicker than what she looks, and that just shows here. A great carry in the middle from Holly Aitchison, getting on the outside of those defenders and just giving Zoe that opportunity to get in some space and score a fantastic try.
The balance running there from Harrison. It was the half break, the strength to hold after the initial tackle, and then ball in the left hand. It was the attempted tackle around the back of her, and she'll be delighted, I'm sure, to round a fellow fly half in Roland. Back on her feet now, attempting this conversion. Low drive in the sunshine, and this one dead centre of the pitch, successful from Zoe Harrison. So a 12-7 lead for Lightning right on the stroke of this first water break. And your assessment of that first 15 minutes, a bit breathless there, Hannah Bottom. That was a really fantastic start to the game.
Yeah, a few minor errors from both teams. I think we've had some good turnovers in there, and a great try from Loughborough in the forward pack, which is stuff I like to see, but a couple of good ones from Saris as well. So just trading blows early on, and by the looks of it, it's going to be another high scoring game against these two teams.
It's another shot of the Harrison try there. Not too much of a celebration for there, but the huge moment of quality. Carry under the left arm. Scarratt with the attempted tap tackle to stop Harrison, but she rode that, stepped away from Roland, and has that second score of the game. And probably got to say as well, both sides, when not been too many entries to the 22, but 2 tries from Sarries, 2 tries from 1 try from Lightning when they have entered. In terms of actually finishing things off, they'll be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I think as teams, you want to, when you get into the 22, you want to be coming away with some form of points, and usually it's a sign of how good the game's going for you and how well you're executing those tries in the 22. So yeah, both teams will be very happy. Most entries into the 22 are coming away with points for them.
I mentioned that it might be changing weather in the north of London today, but so far every single second has been baked in gorgeous winter sunshine, and there's a massive blue patch above us as well, so fingers crossed it stays like this, and this running rugby, free-flowing rugby, continues from both sides. Lightning to get us going again through Helena Rowland, former Saracens player of course, won the Premier 15s with the club in 2018 before moving to the England Sevens programme, and that restart from her was knocked on by Saracens. So free kick straight away from Lightning. This topsy-turvy game, the momentum switching all the time as Megan Davies standing over the ball.
I think Saracens would be quite upset with that. Obviously going scoring points and coming back, you want to get out your 22 and get back into their half as quickly as possible, which obviously hasn't happened there.
Move one. No hands, sorry.
Courtney Holcamp with a big carry into contact there. Rowland to Nelson, Scarratt outside her to try and bounce through the challenge of Fleming. Now the carry from Ditesha Harper. Penalty coming Lightning's way straight away.
One needs to move first. 3, you're okay. 1 move.
It's not rolling away with Donna Rose there.
Again, for Sarries, this isn't really an area that you want to be giving away too many penalties for them, so they'll probably be talking to each other here and telling each other to stay on the right side of the ref.
Again, slightly centre of the pitch, but Lightning, well, this was a very similar position. I thought Rowland was actually, because of the quality of her kicking so far today, I thought she might get that closer to the try line, but it's inside the 22 is the important thing from the Lightning point of view.
Pause, please.
The chance to catch and drive. Tallying the target, great leap from the youngster. Half around the back, now the open side, but another open side, Packer all over her. Davies short, looking around the corner, the carry from Daley-Mclean, still going.
No, Poppy, no, let go.
Lightning looking for quick ball. Holcamp with the carry, the big second row.
No two, not anyway. Up, please.
Davey having a look, and then it's short again, and Davies again for Lightning. Well, this incredible try-scoring run from Lark Davies continues. That's now 5 tries in the last 4 games for Lark Davies. A superb line from the England hooker, and Lightning respond immediately.
You're on it.
It's a fellow front row, Hannah Bottoman.
Yeah, it's a lovely line that she's taken there to get through. I think Sarah's caught a bit open after that carry from Amelia out on the outside of that on that drive. Has just caught them short. And you've got Daley-Mclean, who's playing some outstanding rugby at the moment, running at your 10 and your 12. And unfortunately, I'd back myself in front of a 10 and a 12 as well. So she's done very well there, and obviously just giving Davies a nice little line in over the try line. So it's a great try from Loughborough.
Scarratt with the successful conversion, 2 from 2 for her, as Lightning regain the lead, as we see this line from Lark Davies again. Just wonderful, just spotting that half a gap. And taught Anu, as soon as you join rugby, run for gaps rather than run at people, and it's exactly what she's done there.
Yeah, exactly what she's done. Found the space, looked up, got there early, and gone over the line.
Harrison with the restart, and what a jump, what a leap that is from Sophie de Goede. I think she might have hurt herself in the process, but she taps it back to her side. Unfortunately, from her and a Saracens point of view, Lightning now had themselves a penalty, and then some words to the referee from Marley Packer means they'll be marched 10 metres further back.
I'm sure they were nice ones.
Hang on. Time off. We're just going to have a look, okay? Time off. Mark's there.
And then referee Nick Wood just calling time off for a second. So some treatment required here for Lightning. Huge leap from Sophie de Goede in the air. The Canadian tapping it back to her team. Ramsbottom, the blindside winger, back up on her feet after
Number 7, roll away.
bit of treatment from the physio and the confirmation of first Marley Packer not rolling away in the tackle, and some words for the referee about being not too happy with the decision.
On the line.
Roland's kick half a metre outside the 22, so no driving opportunity for Lightning
Okay, it's not a penalty.
this
She
time.
counts, right? It's your material.
Davis, the double try scorer, straight off from Holtkamp. Roland, Nelson now running across the line, and it's flat towards Talling. There's a makeshift centre of the lock there. Roland with the attempted grubber through. Rona Lloyd is chasing this one, just too much on the kick from Roland. Right idea, and you need a finisher. Rona Lloyd is one of the best in the business, but just overcooked that kick.
Scrum, ladies.
Scrum call from Saracens from that kick dead.
First, please. Wait, Loughborough.
Definitely from the first collision between the two packs. Saracens forcing Loughborough backwards.
Okay, crouch, Saris. Let's go, Loughborough.
Will this second one produce?
In, please, Rachel. Crouch.
Sink.
Bind. Set.
Much more solid from Lightning, and it's quick from
Stop, forward,
Hayward
stop.
to Harrison, looking in behind Lloyd. Well weighted, well judged kick from Zoe Harrison. Gets her team just past the 10 metre line of Lightning.
It's a great scrum from a relatively inexperienced front row there. We've obviously got Kelsey Clifford, very young. Donna Rose only going in there, so a fantastic scrum, great exit. Luck with the bounce, and yeah, now look where we are.
Now Malcolm, the target, just through her hands. Knock on.
Forward off the hand.
Unfortunate, says Nick Wood, but a free kick to Saracens
Just come forward off 8.
nonetheless. Can you give us some insight, Hal, into now the free kicks, sort of dead centre of the pitch, 15 here, is obviously very different to if this had been a penalty or a scrum or a set piece. Are you looking as a club and a team's looking at maybe set piece moves from the free kick?
Yeah, definitely. I think different teams doing it differently. I'm obviously not going to tell you all our tactics, but there's obviously different ways that you can get around it and different ways that you can be successful off of it, so that's what we look to do.
Balls out.
Just a change to the Allianz Premier 15s this year, things for clubs to adapt to, as Clifford there, some powerful drives from the prop, and another one, but this will be a turnover for a Lightning.
She's been caught on her back there, but Kelsey Clifford's had a big 5 or 6 carries in this first half, in the first 20 minutes, so really impressed with her. Obviously just a little bit of work on the floor there to get that ball back and not land on her back.
Saracens 12, Loughborough 14 in round 9 of the Allianz Premier 15s. That was inches away from bouncing out. McKenna with the ball for Sarries. Burst of pace as she beats the first defender of the chasing line of Holtkamp. Cleel
No, 7.
through heavy traffic. Lightning trying to roll away. And when a Talling there.
Slowing her own ball down, number 4.
Hayward just trying to emphasise to Nick Wood that the ball was unavailable. Quicker this time. Back inside from Harrison.
Got 2 knock-ons.
And that's the knock-on. That'll be a free kick to Lightning.
Just there.
His men in, round the back for Roland. Nelson, this is good hands as Scarratt straightens up, runs into the frame of Packer. No way through. Harper onto Menin again. So much work from the Canadian prop. Roland looking to try and spread things out through Malcolm now. This is wonderful. Phase play from Lightning. Now Lloyd scored a mazy try last weekend.
Ball was lifted, play on.
Ball was out, says referee. Talling gathered again. The defender's coming through on her. Saracens just sniffing an opportunity with this defensive line. The tip on there as Holtkamp comes through. Lightning still going through the phases. Scarratt fancies to straighten up, heading back towards traffic. Just outside the 22. Can they make some inroads here? No, they can't. Excellent tackle round by the ankles from Cleo. Rowland to Brown. Abby Brown with the dummy. Finds half a gap. Now within 10 metres, Lightning.
Pull the ball, please. You're too long there.
So many phases. Holtkamp now straightens. Keeps it tight. This is superb work as Davis now looking for the hat-trick, of course. The England hooker, short line to Talling coming through, just short. Lightning go again, sensing a third try here. Advantage on the play as well.
It's not for you, it's number 8.
Chance for Lightning to go around the corner. Free play here. What can they work with the ball?
Hold. 4 step, please. Sorry, 4.
Bit slower this time from all the purple shirts. Sarries up to that challenge. 3 or 4 metres away.
Let's use.
To the right again in this low sunshine. We will go back for the penalty for Lightning. This will be a penalty from 5 metres out. Simple kicking position.
Use the line, please, ladies.
Decision for Rowland, Scarratt and Malcolm to make, but Emily Scarratt says let's take the points. And this for her a simple enough kick from the boot of Emily Scarratt, but you can't help but admire that play, Hannah Bottomham, of what Lightning produced there.
Yeah, obviously they're working edge to edge, really stretching Sarries. I think Sarries will be quite happy with their defence around that 5 metre line, but obviously you can't give away penalties like that in that area, and with players like Emily Scarratt on this team, they're going to kick for points, aren't they, and take the 3 and get back down and probably come back at us.
Scarratt then, not too much of the kicking routine for that one, with a shot just to the right of the post. 3 from 3 for her, adding the penalty as we go back and look at how Lightning played this ball. These strong, powerful runners just off the base is
it's hard runners coming around the corner, that and I think it's leaving Sarries with a few gaps in their defensive line around that ruck, so I think they'll probably be speaking about keeping tight around there and hopefully negating that.
Talling with the carry from the restart, both Rowena Talling and Courtney Holtkamp having huge influence on this game. That counter up from Saracens, as we just heard from the referee, very good, but the defence from Lightning and responding to that, good as well. Carry from Evans for Sarries. Holtkamp flying up in the line there, referee happy with it. Harrison looping, trying to find the space on the outside again. Gregson, flat to Fleming, steps around Brown, can't step through a combination of Nelson and Harper. Harrison tipping it on again, now Tamara Taylor unable to gather that ball from McKenna.
There's no offside, thank you.
Just going to stop the time for a second. The injury on the far side, but the frantic nature of this game and the pace as well, the ball shifting possession, territory from both sides, and it's being played at a frantic pace. Be honest, Hannah Bottomham, are you missing watching this game play out?
I'm not sure I'd be able to keep up with them, but yeah, I'm definitely missing it. But I think Sarries are playing with such high tempo, and it doesn't matter who's in that position. You just saw Poppy Clill. I don't even know how she got it away with someone flying at her like that. It was outstanding hands, but players in positions that probably shouldn't be, but we're just playing what we see. Whoever's there, we all know that we've got the capabilities to be passing the ball and getting the ball away quickly. So I think by the looks of it, we're just playing high tempo, coming around the corner, getting edge to edge, and playing what we see.
Speaking of high tempo, this is the Loughborough high tempo play to get that penalty. Rowena Talling, seen her so many times on that line, along with the second row compatriot Holtkamp, and that was where the penalty came. Marley Packer, as you'd always expect, in the middle of things there. The Sarries back row trying to slow things down, and although they had the free play and able to make anything of it, but they did get themselves 3 points from the boot of Emily Scarratt.
When you're ready.
Rowland on the free kick, and it's an up and under this time from the Lightning 10.
Backwards.
De Goede caught the ball first time, De Goede, but then it bobbles up into the air, and Lightning now have possession. Harper with the carry there.
Ball's there, you're not on the ball. Stay there.
Harper, 2 defenders immediately wrap the Lightning proc up. The drive forward though, attempting to get it to the floor, but Saracens successful on this time with the turnover, and another win for their back row. Marley Packer straight on the ball.
Something Poppy Cleall's outstanding at that, holding people up. She's quite a big girl. She won't mind me saying that. Strong girl. She tall. She can hold players up. She's strong. So if you get in that position with her, there's not really much you can do about it. And she's got the knowledge of the game to know that if she holds you there long enough, that it's going to be a more, and then we can flop on the ball.
Kicked a touch by Harrison to that main stand here at the Campbell Stadium, which was, until not too long ago, hoping to be filled with a few fans, up to 2,000 of course, before London went from Tier 2 to Tier 3, but no fans this afternoon. Hopefully you're enjoying our coverage on both England Rugby and Premier 15's channels of this fascinating game, which Loughborough lead by 5 points. Aitchison round the corner for Gregson, just unable to gather the ball. Perhaps took her eyes off it for just a second, and Sarri's backline not quite clicking there, just as it looked to come into play. Scarratt spots the opportunity on the far side. Rona Lloyd after this one, chasing down is both Gregson, Clapp and Aitchison over the far side. It will be a Sarries opportunity from the line out now to respond, but clever work there from Scarratt. Yeah, it's outstanding. She's obviously a very experienced player. She's seen the space, she's gone quickly, and she's got an option of Rona Lloyd getting on the end of that, and if she doesn't, it's going out, and they're in our 22 high pressure situation for us. So outstanding from Emily. Into the front, and Lightning have stolen the ball. Holtkamp there, and then the carry from the Canadian. Excellent work. Now Menin with the carry.
No, hand 6, let go. 4 still there.
2 tacklers stopper. These are hard, powerful forward lines from Lightning, and they're causing inroads in the Saracens' defence. The advantage on the play of Saracens coming straight through. What can they try and work here?
Stay. Still got advantage.
Here is Davis onto Scarratt, the looping passer on the top, and here is Rona Lloyd to the corner. Excellent tackle, but the try is scored. Rona Lloyd forcing herself over on the far side. The Scotland winger at her devastating best, a finisher of the highest quality in this league, and Lightning have themselves a 3rd try this afternoon.
Not out the right. Okay, in that time, she's played the ball out the nice hands. Okay, let's think about
Clapp is not too happy with something earlier on, but let's have a look at this finish. Scarratt with the assist, and Rona Lloyd, well, I thought this tackle here from Clapp might have dragged her out, but she's managed to stretch over and somehow get the ball down.
Good there.
There is Rona Lloyd as Clapp.
I don't think she's got the ball down there, Nathan, but what the referee says goes. She's done very well to get into that situation, and you can't give Rona Lloyd 5 metres of space, because she will score. I think big hits in D from Sarries, but we can't allow them to get on the outside like that with players like Rona. But yeah, we'll have to get back down there and see what we can do.
Of course, the officials here at Campbell Stadium don't have the advantage of the replays we do here, but Rona Lloyd awarded the try, and Scarratt's attempted flat conversion from the touchline, and that is exquisite from Emily Scarratt, keeping up her 100% record this afternoon. It's been class all round from a Lightning point of view in this first half. 4 from 4 from the boot of Emily Scarratt. As we look at this try again, and Lightning have themselves a 12-point lead in the Allianz Premier 15s. Last few minutes of this 35-minute first half then for Saracens to respond. Harrison with some space in the middle of the park. Gregson now, Aitchison outside her. Goes for the attempted kick through, and that's well weighted from Gregson. Brown though in the loose now. Excellent step from Brown, beating the first defender. but it's been ripped out of the tackle, and Saracens in possession. Here is Packer running at 3 defenders. Now McKenna with the attempted kick through. Roland back there covering, and she will clear from Lightning.
Time off.
Referee Nick Wood just calling time off with the player down, and it was
I called that too early. That's
in play. Nick Wood just explained to Rachel Malcolm
I've spoken to him. I said the
the
last
call
2 times we've been down there.
too early in there.
Yeah. I've had that conversation as your try was scored.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's all the physios and medical staff. Well, there was a flurry of
Sarries line out.
people that came off the pitch. I don't know if you saw who was down there, Hannah Bottoman. I was trying to look up, and by
I
the
think
time
about 5 people went up for the ball, and they've all come away with an injury of some sort. But an outstanding clearance from Helen Rowland under again high pressure. So
it's Rona Lloyd there. We see again the stretch for the try. Play is going on back on the pitch as Harper attempting to rip the ball from Packer in the tackle there. Aitchison, Gregson on the dummy line.
Stay. No 7. Entry.
Ward wanting the ball, Evans leaving it. Penalty to Saracens. Zoe Harrison there, just a couple of deep breaths, and it's been that sort of half. Those deep breaths though serving her well. Just outside the 22, Sarries will have themselves the line out.
Numbers please, Sarries. You got them, happy?
You see Malcolm and Holtkamp just screaming at the Saracens forward, trying to be a nuisance, and Malcolm gets her hand to the ball again. They've really disrupted Sarries at line-out time so far this afternoon, and another steal from Lightning. Roland deep in the pocket. Not the cleanest of strikes, just sliced across that one. Here is Fleming. Can the Sarries winger work here? Harper tracking her all the way. Hayward, Harrison, Aitchison looping for Clapp, the first try scorer of the game. Scarratt looking to wrap the ball up, trying the choke tackle, but ball comes to ground. Cleal now in the centre of the pitch for the hard carry. Up to the 22, Sarries go. This is better from the reigning champions. Packer now around the corner. Advantage now Sarries' way as Evans takes it forward. Harrison looking for the options. Aitchison is one of them. To try and step through Nelson, which she does, then offloads to McKenna. Drifting across was the Loughborough defence, and they're doing well at the moment. Clifford into contact.
Still got penalty advantage.
Cleal. For the dummy runner, and then the attempted kick from Poppy Cleal.
Okay, then affected the ball.
There will be a penalty advantage to Saracens.
Just in. Penalty. Number 4, hands on the
penalty
floor.
To the hosts here.
Okay, that is time, but obviously
it's the final play of the first half, and well, if as you just said there from Nick Wood, if they do kick to touch, they can have the line out, and that is the option Zoe Harrison's going for. You're backing that call? Yeah, definitely. I think we want to go in on a high, get some points here, hopefully, and go into the second half with coming away with being the last people to score points, and hopefully it will give us a bit of a high coming back out. Attacking work for Saracens to do to edge them back into this game. Lightning, one final defensive effort in this first 35 minutes. De Goede the target again. Round the corner to the left-hand side, and the try is scored. A set-piece move from Saracens strikes on the brink of half-time, and that the perfect way to respond from Sarries. Packer, the player that's gone over, and they have themselves a third score. What a time to score, and what a game this is turning out to be. Yeah, I think Packer's been outstanding defensively, leading that charge, and obviously she's been rewarded with that try. Be really good to go into half-time, obviously taking some points away, hopefully. It's a hard, difficult kit, but hopefully Zoe can get the points from here, and we can go into half-time not too many points away from them. It's a great finish. De Goede straight away. It looked as if Sarries were going to set themselves for the maul, but just as the Lightning forwards were coming in, Packer sniping round the blind side gets Sarries' third try of the afternoon. Harrison from the touchline, just not got the legs this time. And what has been the final play of an entertaining and absorbing first 35 minutes here at Copthall Stadium. Loughborough Lightning with the lead, 24 points to 17, and what's been a really impressive first 35 minutes from the visitors. Sarries, though, have been with them all the way. They opened the scoring and closed the scoring in that first half. Take a bit of a breather out of Ottoman, because that was very, very frantic. What have you made of that from both teams in that first half?
Yeah, I think it's been end-to-end rugby, isn't it? It's they trade in blows. It's one try after another, and I think both teams haven't really got a full grip of momentum and a grip in the game to continuously score. So it's I think the second half will be about finding that momentum, keeping it, not giving away silly penalties in your 22, staying down in the other half, and it'll be whichever team can do that more effectively.
So let's go through that first 35 minutes of action. It was Sarries, of course, who opened the scoring. We've got a lot to get through here in this first half, and this, we spoke about the quality of Zoe Harrison and this flat looping pass towards Lottie Clapp.
Yeah, I think it's something that Zoe's very good at. Obviously you'd like to think that she would be good at it, being a 10, but no, it's not an easy pass. It's flat, it's quick, it's direct, and it's given Lottie the chance to be able to finish that well.
A really good handoff from the Saracens captain as well, just riding the challenge of Rona Lloyd for that opening score. The first of 6 tries in that first half. So we see it again, just this behind point of view gives you a real angle of just the quality of that pass. This, though, the response from Loughborough Lightning, and the first one from Lark Davies of 2, and this is all about just the power and strength from a close range, that ability to be able to just have enough power in your legs and your body position to get over the try line.
Yeah, it's something as forwards that we all pride ourselves in that 5 metre channel, to be able to get one up on your opposite number in that sense. And yeah, Lark Davies is, like I said, got very low centre of gravity. She's a hard one to stop from that angle, and if you don't get any line speed on her, get a big hit on her, she will go over the line like she has there.
So we've got a couple of tries from Lark Davies to go through. Get to this one in just a second, though, and big tackle here from Emily Scarratt, but we're looking for the Zoe Harrison try, which was the next one, and this was all about, well, we saw the assisting class of Zoe Harrison, and this with ball in hand, and you mentioned during there that maybe she doesn't do that enough for you, Hannah, because she is such a balanced and well-timed runner. Yeah,
like I said, she's a lot quicker than what she looks, or what people may think she is. I mean, she's a quick player, she's quick off the mark, and she's outstanding with ball in hand, and I think recently I haven't seen a lot of that from her, and it's something of her game that I loved when we were 15 years old to when we play now. So it's nice to see her get on the outside of someone and use her feet and get over the line, so I think she really deserves it.
So Harrison with that score, that was a 12-7 lead at that point to Sarries, but then it was all about the response from Lightning, a couple of visits into the 22, and this one again we saw the power from close range of Lark Davies, this the intelligence and that running line back on the inside, straightening up, and nothing really can do as a defence when it's that well timed.
No, I think Loughborough have been outstanding in that 5 metre channel. It's not the channel, is it? Around the 5 metre line, they've been outstanding at getting some really hard carriers coming around the corner at pace, getting the ball on the move, attacking weak shoulders, and you can see Lark's found that well there, and they've had a couple more as well. So yeah, outstanding work from Loughborough to be getting around the corner. You'll probably see it here as well, or no, you won't. You'll see Amy Scarratt giving a lovely pass to Rona Lloyd. But yeah, I think Loughborough have been outstanding when they get into our 22.
And this is just another example of that from Rona Lloyd. We saw this behind angle here, the lofted looping pass with the space of Rona Lloyd. Clapp with the tackle behind her, trying to drag her out. She leans and stretches for the ball. The assistant that close seemed happy. And Nick Wood and his assistant, I heard some chat from the referee about calling it too early. And perhaps that was for this try, because his hand goes up incredibly early. I think just a reaction of some of the Saracens players, not too happy.
No, not too happy. I mean, there's nothing we can do. We haven't got TMO. We haven't got any of that. So you go off what the ref says, and if he's called it, he's called it, and you have to just get on and respond like Marley Packer did there. But yeah, I think we've had a strong defensively. I think both teams have obviously had a few little issues in and around defence, obviously, because we wouldn't be scoring this many tries. But it's nice to see some end-to-end rugby and that it be a high-scoring game and giving the fans what they want, I guess.
So the action of the first 35 minutes. Let's get a bit of reaction from that first 35 minutes. Got some touchline live reporting from Ashley Wilmot, and she's got a player to speak to down pitch side.
Lizzie, a 7-point lead at half-time. How happy is your side going to be with that performance so far?
Oh, like absolutely ecstatic. I think it's so cool to see the girls are playing extremely brave rugby, and it's brilliant that the things that we've worked on all week are really pulling off and resulting in tries. So I think they're going to be absolutely buzzing in those sheds at the moment.
And what have you been working on this week? In particular, maybe a kicking game, that's pretty good today?
Yeah, so I guess with the win, the girls are really using it to our advantage, sort of pinning Sarries in their half, but also just trying to play on top, trying to, when we've got momentum, absolutely use it and just keep like rolls and rolls and rolls of attack, which they're doing, and it's really, really hard to defend against, so yeah, brilliant. And what words of wisdom will your head coach, Rhys Edwards, be saying in the changing rooms right now to make sure those efforts don't go to waste in the second half? Yeah, so I think he'll be really, really proud of the first half efforts, but he won't want them to leave it in the sheds. I think they'll just be go out and don't take the foot off for a second, just absolutely finish the job. The girls are all in there, really, really want to win. They believe they can get the win, and I think now it's doing it and not like I said, not taking the foot off for a second, letting Sarries back in.
Thanks for your time, Lizzie, and best of luck in the second half.
Thank you very much.
Great to get some live half-time thoughts there. Asher Wilmot pitch side, getting some reaction to that first 35 minutes. Let's get some of the latest scores across round 9. 2 earlier kickoffs than the one today, the 1:30 kickoffs. Bristol Bears win with the bonus point, heading towards a bonus point victory. DMP Durham Sharks, and in that top half of the table clash, Wasps leading Gloucester Harbury Women 26 points to 10. Of course, you're very up to date with all the scores at Cockthall Stadium. Lightning 24-17 ahead, and then the Chiefs edging the battle of the two new teams in the Allianz Premier 15s this season. They're 12 points to 0 ahead at Sandy Park. Let's have a look though of the last round, round 8 of course. We're going to get to some of the best scores, some of the best tries and some of the best action with your roundup of round 8 in 60 seconds. Some of the best action then across round 8 of the Allianz Premier 15s. But let's get to a huge day yesterday in the history of England rugby. The Red Roses fly half Katy Daley-Mclean announcing her retirement from Test rugby. She's third on England's all-time caps list with 116, over 500 international points, and of course probably the biggest moment of her career, captaining England to that memorable World Cup win in 2014. Quite simply a legend of the sport. And here's Katy reflecting on some of her best moments.
Hunt, McLean, here's Scarratt on a much flatter ball. Emily Scarratt is going to go all the way.
I remember standing at the back of the line, obviously in the stadium, and just literally having a moment to be like, we've done it. Like, how many interviews I must have done, and the girls have done about always being bridesmaids and never brides, and about, well, you know, this is an opportunity and how many opportunities England had missed, and all the bits that make great stories but are pretty painful to chat about in the build-up to something. And just about, that's it. Nobody's going to have to do that interview for a long time where they're like, oh, how has it been a bridesmaid? Because actually now, like, we were the bride, and just appreciating that, not just for us as a squad, but for staff, the likes of Nikki P, who've been in this programme, been in charge of this programme for such a long time. Just thinking, like, oh, thank God for that. We've done it. We get to be world champions for 3 years, as it turned out. Oh yeah, for me, my 100th cap couldn't have gone any better. You know, my 50th had been a disaster, and I'd got far too over-aroused for it, and I'd been absolutely rubbish. So that was a little bit in the back of my mind, and I think you don't want to think about it because it is such a big thing, you know, the opportunity to play 100 times for your country, but you get to like 97, 98, 99, and you know it's there, but you're like, anything could happen. We play such a sport where who knows what's going to happen in the next game. So actually getting to run out my 100, it was pretty wet, but I had everybody, like my mum and dad were there, my little sis, my wife was there, her family, like everybody who was special to me was there at that point. My niece, obviously, Katy, got to come out and be mascot, and then obviously Skaz and Mo give me man the match, so it was literally, what more could a girl need? Oh, and I got a try for 90 metres, don't forget that as well.
Loose pass has been latched onto by Daley-Mclean. Katy Daley-Mclean's away. She's over the 22. She's got the try line inside, and she'll get there. What a way for Katy Daley-Mclean to celebrate her 100th Test match for England.
It's great to see the young girls coming through and enjoying it, and having the opportunities to do it in big stadiums, live on BBC Two. Like, we did it in front of our friends and family at like a rugby club with 150 people, and I just think that as well, I love that. I love where the games come. I love like how seriously it's taken and the commitment people have put to really kind of getting on board with women's rugby. For me, that's just as much of a highlight as anything we do on the pitch as well.
Wonderful to hear from Katy Daley-Mclean there, the day after she announced her retirement from England duties. Will continue on in the Allianz Premier 15s. You can still see her skills in her player coach role at Saracens Women. She'll continue for the rest of the season. Half time here at Copthall Stadium. It's been a fantastic first half from both teams. Loughborough Lightning 24, Saracens Women 17. As we await the two sides here. Here's the coming up live streams on England Rugby. We'll be back with Saracens in a couple of weeks' time in that top of the table clash, where Harlequins against Saracens, of course, the past two finals in the Premier 15. So the past couple of seasons will be at the Twickenham Stoop for all of the very best build-up and coverage of that game. Usually one of the best games of the season, tight affairs. And then the week after, back in the West Country, Bristol Bears Women against Exeter Chiefs Women, as we continue your Allianz Premier 15s live stream coverage. And there'll be more games every round, of course, streamed throughout this season of the Allianz Premier 15s, and those fixtures will be confirmed over the next couple of weeks of the games that we will be streaming. Still awaiting the two teams here at Copthall Stadium. We just heard from and saw some of the best bits from Katy Daley-Mclean there, Hannah Bottoman. Just I guess your favourite memories of her. What would she like to play with?
Yeah, I mean, she's an outstanding player, isn't she? No, I mean, I think I was getting probably my second cap or something like that when she was getting 100. So so many caps, so much experience, such an incredible player, a even better person. I'm lucky enough to be in a small friendship group with her and a couple of the other older girls, the grandmas as I like to call them. But no, absolutely gutted to see her go, but happy with who we've got coming through to sort of fill those shoes. Massive shoes to fill, so it might take a couple of years, but yeah, an outstanding player, outstanding person, and she's going to be a mum. So, well, she is a mum, so that's her focus, obviously, and no one can blame her for that. Full-time mum, no longer a red rose. Katy Daley-Mclean, and is the action as well in the other game of the Allianz Premier 15s at Twyford Avenue. Wasps 29-10 leaders. Wasps ladies sitting in third going into this game.
Cody McDonald with the ball there as they take on 5th place at Gloucester Hartbury, getting the better of the West Country side there at the moment. More coverage on the Allianz Premier 15s for you. It's available on WAS channels. But back here in North London, we're getting ready for the second half. Lightning out first, led out by captain Rachel Malcolm. And Sarries now jogging through as Lottie Clapp leads out her team. It's an intriguing battle here in this second half. We were speaking pre-match, Hannah Bottom. There was a very famous game, or a famous game from a Saracens point of view, where Loughborough were leading 17-0 at their place last season, and you managed to win that in the last minute. You were amongst the try scorers there, so comebacks as well. I was lucky enough to be involved in the Harlequins Saracens game last year, and he came back in the second half. So comebacks in this club are very much on point. Yeah, comeback kings. No, I think we won't be panicking here at all. A 7-point deficit is minor compared to what we've come back from. So yeah, we'll just be looking to get on top here and really put our presence on the game and go out. Tesha Harper doing well on that restart. First bit of action of the second half. It was a difficult kick which Zoe Harrison put up for her to deal with. Scarratt with the relieving kick from a Lightning point of view. Just bounced around and a difficult one for McKenna to deal with.
Tacklers move, please. Thank you.
First appearance back on a competitive pitch since March.
Tackle release.
To Campbell. Aitchison. Great feet from Holly Aitchison. Then the handoff. Then looks to feed Lottie Clapp in the foot row through Rona Lloyd. Lottie Clapp going for the touchline. And it was Helena Rowland who came across on the covering tackle. Excellent defensive work from the Lightning number 10. Just as Lottie Clapp looked to get going, she was in behind the defence, but the covering defender and work rate of Rowland just stopping her from what looked for just a second like it might be opening up for a try. Lightning with the line out to Holtkamp, the option to Moore, but instead off the top, and use Talling in a carrier point of view.
Stay up, don't play, please. Stay form.
Looping one back to Rowland, and she looks to find the touchline, but can only find the hands of Clapp, who steps around Lloyd inside to Campbell. Good recycling that from Saracens as Hayward using it quickly, which she does again. Then there's a step from Harrison again. Success in the first half to Packer. Now round the corner. This is excellent offloading from Saracens, just short of the line. Looking for the first points in this second half. Round the corner they go again. And Campbell with the score, the bonus point try from Saracens. And inside a couple of minutes in this second half, the pressure from Sarries, the response that they needed, and it is May Campbell with her 8th try of the campaign to get them on the score sheet in this second half. That's an outstanding start from Sarries. It's exactly what you want coming out from half time, getting back in that 22. Massive hard carries from Packer and your Poppy Cleals and May Campbell obviously getting over there. But yeah, huge shift to the forwards, nice little feet from Holly to get Lottie on the outside earlier on, and yeah, great team try again. Some of the offloading there from Saracens, absolutely fantastic as Harrison lines up the conversion directly off the posts and bounced back from where she kicked it, so unsuccessful, but right back in the game, and a 2-point game we have here. See this again as Cleo just goes short, and it was some of the offloading in the build-up to this, Hannah, that really kind of made this try, because they just kept on going behind the defensive line again and again. Yeah, again and again, and I think as a forward pack we're fairly familiar with each other, and we almost have a sixth sense as to where each other are, which is quite nice. So that was clear to see there. Nice little offloads and a bit of miscommunication there by Poppy Cleal and Donna Rose, and not really ideal
coming off the back of scoring points that we're now down on our 22.
Davey, short to Holtkamp, has got through a huge amount of work. Courtney Holtkamp. And here is Menin. He's trying to secure the ball there, Lightning. Cleal trying to counter. Davey again looking for Nelson. The line was right, but the ball has been spilled. And Saracens looking to try and break from deep. Scarratt trying to get back up off her feet and win that ball. Harrison trying to drill one down the pitch, and that's got momentum, that's got legs, and that's turning Lightning, turning Abby Brown. Inside to Roland, just steadying herself before trying to respond with the kick. Taken by Eloise Hayward. There's Hayward again. Packer. Really well to dummy the pass as Holtkamp came up. Harrison inside to Aitchison, then an offload to McKenna. That was smart work. Now off the ground is McKenna. Campbell gathers. Referee happy with that play. Cleal round the corner. Packer, de Goede. That was good hands again. A massive hand up there from Donna Rose, forcing the defender back. De Goede rides the first challenge, spins and pirouettes. Packer looking busy now, just in the mood for it, the Saracens at England Open side. Cleal out the tackle to Taylor. Options here if Saracens can straighten. Aitchison to Gregson. Now McKenna steps through one. Still going Saracens through the phases as Harrison gives it to Campbell, lined up by two defenders. She's done well to place that back. Cleal now looking to try and free her hand, and offload to Packer. That's wonderful from Cleal. Here's Packer again, tries to throw it out the tackle. Saracens still going, clap with the finish. The oh no signs from Hannah Bottom.
Well, she was in.
It was such good play from the two Saracens and England back row players. First the offload out the tackle from Cleal, just freeing her hands, then Packer as well.
It's not even an offload, that, Nathan. That's a 10 metre pass she's just given behind play whilst getting tackled. I know she's my best mate, but that it's outstanding what she does sometimes.
And then just two players going for the ball in Clapp and Rose, and unable to combine, and then to compound the misery from a Saracens point of view. A knock on there.
It's worth a little mention here that obviously with the new laws that here obviously that from a knock-on, Sarries would be having the opportunity to put pressure on a scrum here. Knock-ons now are fairly detrimental to a team. If you knock the ball on, you can't have an opportunity to almost fight to get that ball back. So I think knock-ons are, like I said, detrimental. So giving two away in the space of a couple of minutes isn't great for Sarries.
Stop.
McKenna now hasn't seen too much of boot to ball from her. That one so close to being a superb kick. Roland.
Stay still.
That one does find touch. Roland winning the kick-in battle this time. Sunshine is gone in North London. Sun beginning to set as clouds coming in.
Pause please, Sarries, when you come in.
De Goede jogging backwards, Taylor heading towards the front, and then it was the dummy play. Evans coming through down the short side. Cleal under pressure, offloading and a tackle again. There just seems to be this telepathic relationship between Cleal and Packer. Hayward under pressure there. Aitchison with the offload to Gregson, who just managed to snap her hands up and grab that ball, then drive forward in the tackle. Saracens just seem to be in the mood now, going through the gears. Scarratt trying to halt the momentum there. De Goede with the dummy, earning herself half a metre. Free play for Saracens. Harrison inside to Aitchison, back inside to McKenna again. Superb line from McKenna, rides the first tackle. A couple of times we've seen that move now from Sarries. Packer switches the direction of the attack. Cleal short to De Goede. A back row in free flowing attack here. Then the knock on from Saracens, and at the moment, Lightning struggling to deal with this Saracens attack.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on. It's all over the place. No, incredible offloads, tempo around the corner. We're changing the point of attack a lot. I think Saracens would be really happy with how they're attacking. And I know we're known for our big ball carrying forwards, but I think our backs have been unpredictable today. And I think that's what you want from them.
Sells the penalty. Harrison aiming to touch that one, just bouncing inside the try line and then going dead. It's going to go back to Harrison's kicking position. Lining with the option, and they choose themselves the scrum. First scrum of this second half then.
8 in, both 8 in.
Two packs combined.
Bind! You guys take the strain, okay? You guys hold your balance. Same scrum, we've got to go through it again.
Reset scrum from both sides. Davey with her hands on the ball, the former England under-20 scrum half.
Okay, crouch Loughborough. Sarries, yes please. Crouch! Bind! Set!
Great drive from Saracens. Lightning under all sorts of pressure. The penalty coming to Saracens. Huge celebrations both on the pitch and the Saracens coaching staff below us as well.
Number 20, hands in the scrum.
The pack just sniffing an opportunity, driving forward, and Lightning had no answer.
That's massive for us. I mean, like I said, that we want those opportunities to be able to scrummage, to put pressure on, and we've been able to have that there. And like I said, from a relatively inexperienced front row, I'm absolutely thrilled with how they're coming to life in that scrum.
We've got to say, and what was a very, in terms of momentum, topsy-turvy first half, both Lightning and Saracens having their moments, but we have to say, in what's been the opening 11 and a bit minutes of this second half, it has been all one-way traffic. Saracens with the only score in this second 35 through Campbell. That's a bonus point score, but they still trail by 2 points and have some work to do to get themselves the lead. Driving maul is well set to the right. It's crabbing at the moment. Taylor at the heart of it, Cleal in there as well. De Goede resetting, Evans at the back. In comes the firepower, can only stop once. Referee telling Saracens, and then there's an incident off the ball with De Goede and Holtkamp. Referee just explaining himself that with these new laws you can only stop them all once. Lightning consider that a big win, considering all the pressure they've been under in the past few minutes.
What change? What number? Time off. 14.
Change for Lightning. First replacement of the game. Alejandro, the back coming on for Rona Lloyd, the try scorer. Scored against Sarries last year in the home fixture.
Crouch, Loughborough. Crouch!
He's got set up early this year.
Bind! Set!
That's from all Saracens. What have they got here? Well, they've got another big shove and they're causing Lightning huge problems at scrum time. Malcolm did well to gather and just take the ball out. Given back to Roland under huge pressure. McKenna with space with this onrushing Loughborough line. Look to the right. It was a decoy, but Holtkamp read it. Hayward, De Goede, hand off one. Two tacklers to bring her down, the Canadian blindside. Cleal now.
Tackle release, please. Time off, it's going to be your scrum. We've got an injury. Sarries ball just hit. Pull down, please.
Looked like the attacking play about to head the direction. I think we're just calling play off, and waiting for the treatment to come on. Everything is okay. Just there's a replacement there is Sophie de Goede. She's down receiving some treatment in. You'll have been in so many half-time meetings, Saracens, Anna Bottomon. I mean, what are the things that you think Alex Osprey might have said in there? Because this Saracens team at the moment look completely different from the side we first started.
Yeah, I think, like I said before going in, you want to create momentum and keep the momentum. I think Saracens are just playing with a bit of tempo, trying to get on that front foot and then spread in. I think the expression is punch, spread, not spread, punch, shift, maybe. Yeah, well, no, but I think they're coming out, they're energised, they're putting Loughborough on the back foot, they're getting behind them, and Loughborough are defending very well actually. So yeah, I think we just get around the corner really well, get big ball carries in, and then allowing our backs to play. Yeah.
You found confidence at the moment from Saracens. Is Swoboda just receiving some treatment to the back of one of the legs. Just taking a chime and checking everything is okay. Chance for all the players to take on some water, take on some fluids, take a breather as we get a full-time score from Wasps as they secure a bonus point win over Gloucester Hartpury. Big win for third place Wasps, a 29-17 victory over Gloucester Hartpury. Some of those other scores during the next water break. Exeter 17 points to 0 to the Good. And the other 2 o'clock kickoff this afternoon, home to Sale Sharks. The Bristol Bears women were over 50 points ahead against DMP Durham Sharks, heading for a bonus point win up in the northeast.
We're going to change there, Matt.
Swoboda is going to have to hobble off. She got some real pain there, the Lightning replacement. Abby de Goede is on for her. Replacement for replacement.
Okay, you're on the mark.
A bit of a shuffle
Time on.
in terms of the Lightning plaque here. I think it looks as if
let's go, Loughborough.
Rona Lloyd is packing down at 6 now.
Crouch!
Abby de Goede has gone into the second row.
Bind!
Big chest house.
Set!
Harrison off the back of the scrum. Short to Gregson. It's an excellent line. Beats Nelson. Now here's Cleal. Now here's Packer. Dead centre of the pitch. Ball comes loose. Lightning sent in the opportunity to get it, but Saracens secure the ball. Go around the corner to the right hand side. In the shadow of the floodlights under the post. Saracens backs all go to the left hand side. Out to the forwards with the drive. Lightning responding. Talent trying to roll away. To the right hand side, Saracens go. And that ball, despite some celebrations from Sarries, is held up. And you hear Nick Wood saying worth a try for the appeal. Let's have a look at this again from this tight angle. Two Loughborough Lightning players there. The referee convinced that that ball did not go down.
Obviously Sarries will wanted to have scored there, but they've got another great attacking opportunity. If they don't have a strong press on this scrum, then they've got their backs with multiple options to try and get over the line here.
I think the first option from a Saracens point of view, considering how dominant the scrum is getting the drive on. Poppy Cleal at the back of it, but 4 backs to the left hand side with Harrison, Aitchison and Gregson. Scrum is more solid. It is Cleal though round the back and to the right hand side. Cleal trying to use her power to the try line, just short. Round the fringes to the left. Call for short from the referee. Saracens though inches away from a 5th try. to the right hand side, and they have that score, and they have themselves the lead against Saracens. They kept it tight with the forwards. It was the drive set up from Cleel from the back of the scrum, and then the rest of the forwards finishing it off as the champions regain the lead.
Officially off the kick. Just to your left foot.
Looks as if Sophie de Goede is the player that's been given the try. And as a member of the Saracens pack, one you can enjoy, Hannah?
Yeah, definitely. I can't imagine it's too exciting for the people at home watching, but it's a skill. It might not look like it, but she's done very well there to get the ball down, and that comes from obviously a massive carry from Poppy Cleel off the back of that scrum. Scrum's going forward, and then just forward momentum and getting our big ball carries through and over the line.
Saw from a similar position in the first half, Lark Davies get one of their scores. It's Harrison successful with the conversion. So a 29-24 lead for Sarries. 2 unanswered tries in this second half. Trailing 24-17 at the break, they now have themselves a 29-24 lead. And from a Loughborough point of view, I know your head and heart are both in the Saracens camp, Hannah, but it's just about, they've just not had any even territory in this second half. They've not been in Saracens half at all in this second period.
No, I think here they'll obviously be, you've got the likes of Skaz that can try and regain ball off of kickoff and stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them give that a go and go short, because they need to get some ball in hand and they need to build some pressure on Sarries. It's been all Sarries all this second half, so they need to get a foothold in the game and get a bit of momentum and try and get down into our half.
So a couple of the scores across round 9, the 1:30 kickoffs. So these are 2 full-time results. Bristol Bears Women 50 points to 3 winners at DFP. Durham Sharks a hard-earned bonus point win for them. Worcester Ladies a 29-17 victory at home against Gloucester Hartbury. They're very up to date with the score here at the Cockball Stadium, and Chiefs at the moment. This is another 2 o'clock kickoff. 17 points to the good against Sale Sharks, but I'm going to put my neck out and say game of the day, because this has been such a high quality affair here so far in North London, and we still have just under 20 minutes to go. What can Loughborough Lightning produce in response to Saracens' dominance at the start of this second half, as Cleel and Harrison for a second looked as if they might get in each other's way. Eventually Cleel giving the ball off to her fly half, and she relieves the danger.
I think that's quite an effective play for Sarries. Seen it quite a few times throughout the previous games. Off kickoff, receiving the ball in the 22, getting it to a kicker and exiting from there to relieve the pressure.
Malcolm just at the feet of scrum half Davey, did well. High tackle in the middle. Emma Harley taking it into contact. Roland into touch. You'll be able to pick up on some of you might see Saracens coaching staff directly below our commentary position, so some animated shouts. The game's so tight perhaps. Davis, Holtkamp, straight off as under pressure from Davey did well. Talling this time lined up in the centre.
Who's making that call? Sorry, it's over here. Set the line out. Sorry.
For a second, Nick Wood was just calling the offside. He thought it was in the middle of the pitch when Saracens were coming through, but it's actually back to the near side.
You come through the line out too early.
Evans is being given offside, and well, this you have to say in terms of what's been produced in the second half. You often describe as a kick as a nudge. That really was a nudge from Helena Rowland, just almost no backlift as she pushes that one into touch. But this, the closest Loughborough have been to the Saracens try line in this second period, looking for their first points of the second half.
Yeah, this is the foothold in the game that I was saying that they need to get hold of and get some momentum from this and try and get over the line.
Talling under pressure in the line out, an advantage as well for being challenged in the air. Davey to Mellon. Holtkamp runs in to De Goede. The two Canadians coming to blows there. We'll go back for the penalty advantage.
Talking of Holtkamp, I think she's carried outstandingly well all game. Seen her around the park a bit. Those hard carries around the corner that we were talking about on the 5 metre. She's been monumental for them.
21-year-old Canadian, debut at 18 for the national side. Joined in August from the wonderfully named Red Deer Titans.
That sounds nice. Sounds like it'd look good on a t-shirt. That might get myself one.
This time she's the dummy option at the front of the line-out, but she's good to add some ballast as they try and go short. Talling coming in at the back, along with Anya Richmond, England under-20 international. Lightning's forwards backing themselves there, but Saracens backing their power in response.
Loughborough, work hard, stay up please. No.
It's all down the blind side at the moment from a Lightning point of view. Desperate for some points. Desperate to just stop this Saracens run of scoring. Excellent from Packer, just a front up tackle.
Popping to your play. Stay there. I'm going to get through there.
Talling is at the back.
Tackle, let go two.
Inches rather than metres from the Loughborough point of view, but it's nudging them towards the try line. They're getting closer, but the Saracens defence holds out a penalty for them.
There's no rush. 7 first player arriving.
Holding on in there. 7 player arriving. And it is that familiar figure, just one of the best in the business, Marley Packer, in terms of turnovers. She just absolutely lives for breakdown time. And another huge one in her career there, right on the try.
Yeah, that's massive for Sarries, isn't it? It's you've taken all the momentum out of the Loughborough there. They'll struggle to have the confidence of going in there, obviously earlier on in the game and coming away with points. And there we've got Marley Packer over the ball, and they've not come away with points. So I think for Sarries that is absolutely massive for us to be able to exit and control the pressure and get back down into Loughborough's half.
You can just hear Marley speaking to referee Nick Woods, just checking in. Always good to an open side to check in with the referee, just to check in on his thoughts, check in on his feelings of the game. And she's a player, Marley Packer, who just plays right on the edge, right on the line, will concede the odd penalty, but will also get you the turnovers as well at big moments, which she's done then. You're missing nothing on the pitch at the moment as we look at the replay of what turned out to be eventually Marley Packer's turnover.
Time on.
So she's over the ball, great body position.
10, just back on the 5. Somewhere near it, please. On the 5, not here though.
Harrison just steadying herself. Solid enough distance that from Zoe Harrison.
Number Sarries? 5.
Stolen at the front by Holtkamp. Had such an influence in this game, all around the park in terms of carries, defence and line-out work there. Rowland with the pass round the back is Emma Hardy, offloads to Scarratt. Comes into the referee there. And that is another turnover from Saracens.
6 and 7 on their feet.
Both De Goede and Packer this time, the combination of the back row earning that turnover penalty.
Saracens are running a very high defensive line there, not getting caught in by dummy short runners and being able to get through and get onto the out back runners like your Emily Scarratt and Poppy Cleels held her up there, and Marley Packer and De Goede have got over her there. So outstanding defensive work from Sarries, and hopefully we can get on the back of this and get into the 22.
Sarries.
5 for Sarries in the line-out. De Goede, the centre of that 5, takes the ball.
Move tacklers, let go!
Harrison to Packer in the centre of the pitch now. Hardy with the sliding tackle. Hayward to McKenna, to the far touchline.
No.
Harrison just having to get rid of the ball, such is the ferocity of the Loughborough defensive line. And now coming in at the side. Spoke about Marley Packer playing on the edge, conceding a penalty this time and conceding possession. Roland's kick was tapped back inside, and chasing the kick there was on the Rams bottom. Very nearly caused Saracens a problem, but they have the ball. Hayward just having to ferret around and steady herself before giving it back to Harrison. Spiral kick has gained 10 or 15 more metres in between Roland and Brown. Roland trying to work some space here and attempting to spin, has lost the ball. Saracens back in possession. Evans, Harrison looping over the top, looking for the outside space. Alejandro reading that one, and will go back for the free kick from the knock-on by Helena Roland.
Just a free kick, what's for? Over here, please, Teddy. 9, 10. Thank you. Play.
Hayward with the tap from the free kick then. Short line for Kelsey Clifford, the 19-year-old prop with the carry.
Move tacklers, thank you. No, good timing.
Big calls from offside from both teams as Gregson running sideways, then offloads. McKenna.
No, 3, let go. 2-4.
Hayward to Cleo.
Tackle, move.
Campbell now. Not quite the open nature of the first half, but still this has been an enthralling game in the Allianz Premier 15's round 9. Less than 10 minutes to go. Saracens with the lead as Packer out to the tackle. Then Hayward to De Goede. Cleo now, so much work in attack as we'll just have stoppage on the play. Hayward was stayed down after the offload.
I cannot reward you on 22's line alongside.
Referee just clarifying a couple of the calls in recent times.
We can hear the Sarries coach's Nathan obviously below us, quite narrated about the offside line, and I think Loughborough are running a very fine one. But also I think for me, consistency of what the ref is calling. I think there's been a couple of times Loughborough have definitely not rolled away from tackles, and potentially if it was a Sarries player we might be getting pinged. But I think all you look for with referees is you don't mind what they're calling as long as they're consistent across both teams, and I think the Sarries coaches haven't been too pleased with that. But obviously whatever the ref says goes, so you've got to play the ref. But I think I'd also probably like to see a bit more consistency in that. Not sure how much I can say, but
Bosman at her diplomatic best at the moment, being the most neutral she can make herself be. I'll try and add some balance. The Saracens coaching staff below is the Loughborough Lightning coaching staff on the far side of the gantry here at the Cockfall Stadium, so we can't hear their calls. They could be calling just as much. We just, because of our position, cannot hear them. But
We are watching it.
You can hear the referee,
but she's fine there.
and just as because of this tight finish, just one score in this game. Lottie Clapp having a word with the referee there, now Bobby Clear having a word. I think everyone just making sure.
Everyone's having a word.
Everyone, as Hannah Bottoman says, staying on the right side of the referee. You've got to play him in terms of what he is calling, of course, but just having those influential conversations to make sure he's possibly got some ideas in his head of the things that the two teams are looking for.
Time on. Scrum here, Saracens ball. Sorry, Neil, take this side. Right, Saracens form up, you're on the mark.
So with that time off, scrum to Saracens. Eloise Hayward.
Please, crouch, Saracens. Crouch! Bind!
Hayward with the hands of the ball. Jumping around minutes there, but she's back to full fitness. Digging the ball out from the legs of Clear. Aitchison. That's smart from Holly Aitchison. So many times this afternoon she's beat the first defender. Harrison thought about the big looper towards Clapp. Instead took contact, but it's been stripped away from her. Vivas on for Loughborough, replacement number 9. Is Talling with the nudge on. Now Richmond, bit of space here for Lightning to deal with. Abby Brown now looking to try and use her pace around the outside. Stepping back in, the tackle from Casey on as a replacement. It's scrappy there from Lightning. Well, there are numbers on this far side if they look to use it. Holtkamp with the more direct route. It was Richmond coming in from a Loughborough point of view. Sorry, Abby de Goede coming in from a Loughborough point of view in at the side, and will be a penalty to Saracens. And we felt the gantry shake with that appeal. And as Zoe Harrison is about to kick the ball into touch towards the closing stages of the match, and we're going to Hannah Bottoman, your Allianz Premier 15's player of the match. Just, I guess, before you pick some of the contenders maybe going through your mind first.
Yeah, no, quite a few contenders. I think Zoe Harrison had an outstanding first half and she's managed this game very well. Poppy Clear has been monumental with her carries, and I think she's been outstanding. I'm not unbiased, which is probably why I'm not picking her. But for me, I think some fairly monumental parts of the game, the turnover on our try line, the try for us as well, coming out after half time. So my player of the match is going to be Marley Packer.
The Allianz Premier 15's player of the match, Marley Packer. We'll get a word from Marley at the end of the game. Saracens open side, but this match very much not over yet, with Vivas tapping from the penalty. Holtkamp again over the gain line. Roland deep to Scarratt, looking to try and run the ball now. Lightning, Malcolm in the loose. Here is Alejandro. Penalty for Lightning here. Roland steps one way and then steps to the other, bursting through the middle. Helena Roland trying to back her pace now, looking to go around Harrison, looking to go around McKenna. Roland for the far side, the two of them bring him down. Lightning a couple of metres away and an advantage on the play. What a break that was from Helena Roland.
Oh my goodness.
And Zoe Harrison as well, being shown the yellow card, trying frantically to just stop Lightning from playing it. So Sarries will end the game with 14 players, but Helena Roland out of nothing there, a moment of absolute magic.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Just got caught, didn't she? She'll be, I think she'll probably be a little bit gutted that she just got caught there. But no, a yellow card that I don't think you can't be too mad at Zoe Harrison. She's having to do that there. I think if she doesn't do that there, then Loughborough potentially score a try. Obviously we're going to have to finish the game with 14 men, but we'll have a chat about that and obviously try and figure out how we can finish that. But a great tackle from Sydney Gregson and covering tackle from Zoe, and then obviously she's just got in off her feet there.
Holtkamp with the take at the front of the line for Loughborough Lightning.
Let's let the ball come. Don't play at 8.
Referee encouraging the ball to come
Stay down, 8.
to the back of that pile of bodies. Here is Emma Hardy just juggling the ball. Penalty coming a Lightning way though.
You stood up just a nice trying to pass.
And Cleel just having a word with the referee. There'll be another chance for Lightning. Roland going to the far side. Just receiving some treatment actually is Poppy Cleel.
Just over 4 on mine.
Time is off. These are tense, tight and absorbing moments. Just over 4 minutes to go here at the Campbell Stadium with the game on a knife edge. Saracens leading 29-24. 2 tries in the second half for them, turning around a 24-17 half-time deficit. They've been on top for the majority of this second period, but Lightning on the attack as well, as we see this replay from Roland. The step in the middle was fantastic at first, and the double tackle, you can see what Zoe Harrison was trying to do.
It is a close one there, Nathan, but yeah, I think ultimately she is off her feet there. But she's had to do that to ultimately slow the ball down and get the Sarries players back on her side. So unfortunate for Zoe to be taking 10 minutes in the bin, but I think other than that she's had a great performance today.
Lightning then with a full complement of forwards to aim for. Talling is the taker. The ball looking to drive around the right hand side. Saracens responding to the left. It goes from Lightning, and that a huge moment in the game as the Saracens pack stop Loughborough going forward. And they will have themselves a scrum on the 15. We're just clarifying the position there. And of these changes in terms of what is going on, I think the players also have to get to terms with some of these rule adaptations. There's still things to do for Saracens here. Aitchison in now the 10th position behind the scrum.
This is a massive scrum for both teams. Obviously Loughborough want to put pressure on and Sarries want to get rid of this ball as quickly as possible, so a huge scrum here.
We go again for the scrum. Referee just acknowledging and appreciating both teams. Of course Loughborough will want to try and get any slight shift and forward gain to put Saracens under pressure. Saracens will want to make this as solid as possible to try and complete this exit. Aitchison at the moment looking favourite behind the scrum for a relieving kick, and a penalty coming from Saracens. Jill Bourke, the Irish prop, the one that's penalised by the referee. Aitchison, you imagine, just take all the time over this kick. Of nervous breaths from Hannah Bottom there. She thought that kick wasn't going to touch.
No, yeah, well, maybe not, but it's an outstanding kick. She's got us on the halfway, deep into our own half, and hopefully we can have a bit more success in this lineup. I think we've been a bit hit and miss, not very consistent, maybe making some of the wrong decisions in and about where we're going up, but hopefully we can get the ball back here.
Good up at the front, it's taken at the back through Sonia Green, stepping away in a black scrum cap. Just over a minute to go of the game. Saracens keep the ball, they secure the win and they continue their 100% record in the Allianz Premier 15s this season. Would make it 7 bonus point wins from 7, but at the moment Loughborough remain in one score and remain busy in defence. Evans with the carry now for Sarries. Cleal. 2 defenders drive her back. Hayward to De Goede. Sarries' back row has got through such a huge amount of work this afternoon.
Let her move, ladies, let her move.
It's all tight at the moment from Saracens. That's a good drive from Packer. They're just grinding down the clock here, grinding down the seconds. They know they keep the ball. The win is theirs. You can hear from the referee Nick Wood. He says he'll let them know when we're into the closing stages of the match. And Loughborough Lightning haven't given themselves up yet, and there's a penalty. 1 or 2 actors from the players there. Lightning still sense there's something from this game. At the moment poised for a losing bonus point. Can they get anything better? Roland to touch.
On the edge of the line, please, Sarries.
Lightning with the line out.
On the edge of the line.
Everything has to be accurate now from a Lightning point of view. No more mistakes. And it comes to Goode, misses. Saracens coaching staff, as you can probably hear, convinced that that line out was not straight. Play allowed to continue. Hardy with it. Dead centre of the pitch on the 10-metre line. Vivas goes left, comes back right with black shirts flying up, and that will be a Saracens penalty. And you imagine that could be the game. Marley Packer just checking the call with the referee, the Allianz Premier 15's player of the match. Holly Aitchison with the tap, looks towards the touchline, will give this a big hefty right boot in the final action of what has been an absorbing round 9 Allianz Premier 15's tie. Saracens with the bonus point win, 7 bonus point wins from 7. 33 game winning streak continues, a couple of years unbeaten in the league. It's an incredible achievement from this side. Credit Loughborough Lightning, they were fantastic today, getting themselves 24 points, just unable to get anything in the second half, but real encouragement from them in the performance that they produced, and against one of the best teams in the land they really did run them close. Take a breath, Hannah Bolton. What, obviously with your Saracens hat on, what is that? Is that relief in terms of that win?
Yeah, I don't think we ever would have come into this thinking that we would lose, sort of thing. But I think they're a quality outfit, and they've got some massive forwards. They've got some world-class backs. So I think, and they showed us that today. A really tight game, and I think Loughborough really gave it to us. It could have gone either way at any point, but I think ultimately, like I said, Sarries just have the grit and the fight to want to win and to want to keep winning, and we would have been 2 years unbeaten if we didn't have that. So really proud of the girls. Nice to see us back out there playing and go into the Christmas break on a positive.
Obviously Marley Packer, your Allianz Premier 15's player of the match, but the second half in particular, it was a massive, as you'll appreciate, forward effort. The back row carried so hard throughout. The scrum was dominant throughout most of the game. Maybe the line didn't go as well as possible, but in terms of shifting momentum from what was in that first half, do you think that's where it lies? Yeah,
I think our back row was monumental for us today. Sophie and Poppy and Packer, if I could give it to them all, I'd give it to them all. No, I think Packer, with those 2 turnovers, a turnover at the end of the game as well, just shows how class she is, and really exciting to watch, and it's nice for her to be back in great form, and hopefully she can take that into after New Year.
So full time here, confirmation of the scoreline. Saracens 29-24 winners over Loughborough Lightning. You can see Marley Packer heading down. We'll get a word with her in just a second. The two teams going through their post-match duties, but let's have a look at the full 70 minutes here of action at Campbell Stadium. And reminder, back in the sunshine of the opening score, which was Zoe Harrison setting up Lottie Clapp, and turns out what was a fantastic first half. And how many times have you seen this over the years, Hannah? Lottie Clapp on the outside and finishing.
Yeah, to be fair, I think Zoe's given me a couple of those in my time, Nathan, when I was back in the Welling days. So I thought Zoe was outstanding today. Controlled the game well. Obviously got to try herself. Really put us on the front foot. Gave some outstanding passes, and it's nice to see her back in some really good form. And hopefully, again, like Packer and most of our players, we can take this and really use it as momentum going forward into the Quins game on the second.
This was Loughborough's first score of the game. Lark Davies with the low body position to get her what turned out to be first of 2 tries. 9 for the season now from Lark Davies, and that one was an immediate response from Loughborough. Really set the tempo of this first half. Then saw Harrison, the playmaker. Now Harrison, both the creator and the finisher, with a wonderfully balanced try. The way she went inside and out, rode the first tackle, and got her second try of the season there. Zoe Harrison did really well to round both the challenge of Scarratt and then Helena Rowland. Lark Davies with the second, and we spoke about this not just from a forwards point of view after we see one more replay of Zoe Harrison.
Give us another one.
We want more of Zoe Harrison's balance
more.
running. We're going to see in a second Lark Davies, from anyone's point of view, you want to see how to run a line off a short attack. Well, the England hooker Lark Davies showing exactly how it should be, and the pass as well, it's just so flat onto where the ruck is that she doesn't have to stop in a stride at all and just hits it perfectly.
No, that's what you want as well. Come around the corner at pace. You don't want to have to change your feet. You want the ball coming at you, a nice gut pass there as well, so that you can secure it, and she hasn't had to check her feet at all and has just gone over at pace.
Really grown as a player, Lark Davies, joining from Worcester where she was captain. This one, slight controversy on the Rona Lloyd finish out to the far side. Clapp with the tackle trying to drag her out. Lloyd then reaching behind her head to get the ball over the line. Credit the pass from Emily Scarratt, but as Lloyd goes in, you can see Clapp try and drag her out and try and pull her feet out. The referee though was the one giving the try, and that's all that matters. Good finish from the Scotland winger, but that wasn't all done before half time. 24-12 down at this point, Saracens, but then your Allianz Premier 15's player of the match, Marley Packer. It was so well timed, because as well as the jump in the line out, Hannah, the actual timing of Marley's run there to come off the back of that ball.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that's actually a move, Nathan, that we have, but it might have been something that Poppy and Packer had spoken about before. I mean, they've both got incredible rugby brains, so would have known exactly what they're doing, and obviously it came off and scored a try when we needed it. But yeah, like I said, I thought Packer was outstanding today. The turnovers, the carries. Seeing Poppy Kill there, had an unbelievable amount of carries. I don't know the stats, but she would have been up there with the top carries as well. So yeah, a really tough one to give, but ultimately I think Packer was monumental today.
That was the first try of the second half. May Campbell also continuing. There's been a hot scoring streak for hookers in the Allianz Premier 15s, and this was the opportunity that just went missing. I said offload, and you chastised me because it was that pass from clear was just incredible.
I don't know how she does it. Yeah, here I think Packer's in and she's given it early. She thinks she snagged them. She could have been on the score sheet a couple of times there. Yeah, she's just given it early, and obviously a fumble, but that would have been an incredible try. Yeah, outstanding.
So that one was just short, but this, what turned out to be the winning try, Sophie de Goede with it. Probably quite apt that it was someone from the Saracens back row in terms of turning the tide. That was the final score of the game, 29 points to 24. But this was perhaps when Loughborough were going for it, huge turnover right on their own line.
I'm looking at that now. I didn't see it in real time, obviously, and I don't know how she's actually got in there. She's done so well, but those the times that you need players like Packer, Poppy, like your big players that you know can produce game changing things, and that's when you want them, and that's what she's giving you there.
So confirmation of that full-time result, the bonus point win for Saracens. Let's get some reaction with your Allianz Premier 15s player of the match, chosen for by Hannah Bottoman with the Saracens Women and Red Roses back row, Marley Packer.
Congratulations, Marley, 7 from 7, back after a few weeks away. How good was it to be playing today?
Oh yeah, it was amazing really, and it just shows all the hard work that everyone in the backroom staff are doing, and everyone in the league to get these games playing for us. So we can't thank, like, for 2020 how it's been, everyone for doing that for us, but for us to players to be out there today playing, like, that's what we love doing, so it's just great to be out there.
That's a big smile on your face. Loughborough Lightning did dominate the first half. Hannah Bottoman in the commentary box, she was convinced you'd make a comeback. How confident were you going into that second half?
So confident. Like, this season for us has been tough. Like, Hannah Bottoman's up there doing comms, like, we want her on the pitch. Then we've got likes of Bryony Cleo, Vicky Fleetwood, like, they're all starting names in our squad, but it just shows how the depth of our squad, the 40 players we got, like, week in, week out. We played 7 games now, unbeaten. Like, 2020, what a year it's been, and to finish it how we did, and to come back how we did is just, like, phenomenal, and a massive shout out to all the hard work that all the girls have put in during when we've been in lockdown and not being able to be together.
And another try for May Campbell. She dotted one down in the first few moments of the second half. You really managed to build momentum from there, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We came out and we were firing. I do know what was said to us at half time, but it definitely got us going. The backs, they nailed a great play down here, and then we managed to get it just close to under sticks. So yeah, no, it was a great try by May, and she's been doing it all season for us, so she's been a standout player for us.
And a nice little win before Christmas. Can you put your feet up now?
No, we can't put our feet up because we've got a game against Harlequins, so they're obviously top of the table. They're playing tomorrow, so they probably watch today. So we just need to make sure that we keep ticking over Christmas, make sure we enjoy it, because like, obviously people have not got to see their families and how they would like to this year, so if they get to spend it with them, then enjoy it, but just at the back of their mind, as long as we know that we've got Harlequins on the 2nd, and it's a game that no one wants to miss.
Well done on the win today, and congratulations on being the Allianz Player of the Match.
Thank you very much, thank you.
All smiles from Saracens flanker Marley Packer there, the Allianz Premier 15's Player of the Match. Great to get her thoughts on the game, reflections on this match, as well as looking ahead to that Harlequins women's game. So, of course, the next match on England Rugby channels, the Facebook and YouTube channels, as well as Premier15s.com and Premier 15's Twitter. Massive game at the top of the table. Harlequins women will be taking on Worcester Warriors women, but this, just quite simply, probably the best game you can watch in the land when it comes to top flight women's rugby. Looking to try and get some more reaction from Saracens, but if we can't, of course, this is the next match, and make sure you join us then. It will be a fantastic rearranged game in the Allianz Premier 15s. That's just about it for our coverage here at Copthall Stadium. Thank you very much to Hannah Bottoman for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Enjoy it behind the mic.
I'm surprised I was allowed on, to be honest, Nate. So.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, very much so.
Well, you can come back if we can have some more reaction from Saracens, but a really enjoyable match here at the Copthall Stadium. Fantastic game between the two sides. Saracens bonus point winners here. Things to take and things to learn from Loughborough Lightning. A losing bonus point for them. 29-24 winners Saracens, though, here in North London round 9. Thank you for your time this afternoon. Thank you for joining us, and we shall see you again next time.
Ride with me, all my girls with me.
towards Chloe Rolly. Wonderful step from the Scotland international. Gliding away, running away, sprinting away, stunning score!
Lewis on the wraparound. This might work out for Thompson. They're going to put a little bit more on it, and then they're over.
Large on the ball, lovely flighted pass. Tatiana Hurd with a straight line, streaking towards the try line in the opening minute. She spills away, dives over the line. Wonderful fry from Tatiana Hurd.
Megan Goddard puts the afterburners on. Shannon Harris, 2-on-1 is Lydia Thompson. Oh no, you're not going to catch Lydia Thompson from there. Scott, oh, it's intercepted by Emily Scarratt. They won't catch Emily Scarratt from there. The long legs just eating up the ground. Oh, Chloe Rowley's making her way back, but she won't catch her. Emily Scarratt has been on fire.
Carson again, she's having an absolute stormer of a second half. The Canadian international still going, gets the offload out. Lottie Clark bursts away from the tackles, gives it off. Carson again, looks on the outside, Packer for the hat-trick. What a score from Saracens. What a comeback.
Someone ride with me. Oh my girls with me. Ride with me.
Turnover by Malloy. And McDonald sets off. Claudia McDonald. Mack is back and in fine style. Oh, it's a fine strike. Marston controlling brilliantly. That Bristol pack going forward. It's a penalty try. Oh, now there's a gap. Burgess.
Ride with me. Oh my girls with me.